Alright, here we go. Had to turn the microphone off first. Ignore the letters on the bottom. Anyway, how you wanna do it tonight? So, last time I left off, apparently, someone killed Sakura. What's that called? Sakura? What is Sakura? Frick, it's been like a while since I, played this game. Yeah. Multiple suspects, murder in a locker room. If anyone was to survive, it was Sakura, and yet, she was killed. So now, we gotta find out who the frick done it. Alright, let's see here. So we got the Monokuma file. They do a Sakura time of death estimated at 12 noon. I still with the record on the third floor. It is a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, see at some point the victim suffered a violent vomiting of blood. Ugh. Yuck. Cherry jammed the door with the red room, block access outside, and this to create a locked room scenario. It's kinda clever. Her found dead, see the chair slumping forward, trace of blood found out her mouth. Assuming when she vomited blood, her no injury or indication why she vomited blood. But it's a blood stain. Blood said Zine, the blood seems to be Sakura. There occurring no explanation of how a blood stain was appeared so far away. Good now. Harsh. Let's see, the polka dot candy wrapper. Let's see here. Always have monopolized case to have variables. Okay. So yeah, a lot of evidence to get through. Chem lab. It's an A test. 5 minutes to B contain ingredients and 6 to C contain the harmful chemicals. I imagine Toko stay and rinse her blood. I'll do a bottle experiment. That's of a 2 blows to the head, not 1. The blood found out of her hands. Yellow powder. Pocket trash. Toko's further that she sees Sakura's nose, but never sent her. Yaka said he said I got the note, but never seen her at all. And I written out the note to Toko, Yaka, and Yashiro. Handprint. The protein drink. I guess it's kind of poison. I guess it kind of got poisoned. That's my thoughts about. I'm thinking the drink got poisoned. Anyway, with that said, let's get this started.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Oh boy,
Whoa,
here we go.
Deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura.
Sorry, jumping the gun.
is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I doubt
I
that
don't want to
Jackie
hear
will
your
kill
stupid
someone.
excuses.
And of course, I just act like an idiot. Well, you know, yeah. Alright.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's
shit.
low. That's
Shit, I
about
pressed
as
the wrong
low
button.
as you can get. It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
How did I miss that? Hello?
It was
Was it the
one
white
of
noise?
you.
Shoot.
One of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make...
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
There we go.
No, he's wrong.
Get that white noise out of my face.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
Yeah, true. But I really wanted to bid though. Still have a reason to suspect them though.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way at least one of you is lying. The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I
Oops.
never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's at
I
least
forget
one of
what-
you is lying.
I forget which one's the project. I feel like which one is like actually the right
The
one.
fact that Sakura...
Yes, it's hard to
wanted to
cast.
meet
There
with all...
it is.
There's no way that's... One of you is absolutely...
I don't deny that I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
There we go.
No, he's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Yeah, it is.
It's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Sakura got that first. That's not here at the camera either.
I got it!
Yeah, there we go.
I'm not sure about that, Hira. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was,
Dumbass.
oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I have to deal with some personal business. But I'm back. Now let's continue, shall we?
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Who?
Proof?
Hold
What
up.
are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Oh.
At the scene of
that
the
was it.
crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Nope.
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Oh, shut up.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I might tested this dip, I might tested this soon.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell. Tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Hold up.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying mess when Ogre's body was discovered.
There it
No,
is.
it's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't
Yep.
at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
Same.
Just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Bruh. Oh my. So I gotta do against this guy.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Get this nigga tie out
The
my
end is
way.
nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Conspiracy. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is
Hate that
bullcrap.
nigga tie.
Show me the
Okay.
proof. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Oh yeah.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were
the
completely
food?
free of blood.
Yeah.
What?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He admits
well
it.
then.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You just gonna
Please,
admit it or what?
Just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like...
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I had to come up here with me as well. Okay. We like a piece of candy. It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening.
So he
Then she
freaked out.
just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking
Wait,
about?
what?
What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hero's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
No.
Shoot!
Shit. Okay, that was on me. So... well, that doesn't make sense. So now I pick Toko. But I'm... oh, my IQ is bad today. Okay. Frick. So why the magazine was hidden.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
I actually thought from the bottle being hidden back to him. I mean, it might not be for the bottle, but probably was something else.
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then
She's got a
he's
good point.
not lying?
Well, she's got a good point.
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Still who will like whoever they mentioned. Nope. I was thinking it'd be Akira, but I don't know. I guess it was Toko.
I got it!
That was my first thought. That was my first thought.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko?
Fair point.
Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
Okay.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Alright.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and I hit Ogre from behind, before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. You only hit her.
Yeah, just once.
Not
No,
once.
that's wrong.
Not once. It was twice.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on.
Yep.
How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had in.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Ah, God, this ain't make Gambus crap. Alright. Wait, shoot. With E. One more E. There we go.
Now I understand.
Got it.
That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Yep.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So,
Where's the queen?
what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh,
So,
so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
Yeah.
fuck up.
Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No.
Nah.
It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Nope. Never mind.
Shoot!
Why I keep acting like a dumbass?
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
I'm so going to get game roll practice. I just keep making these 0 IQ plays. I
Because
hate
there
it.
was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
I got it!
There we go.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it!
Second one.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
True.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No
How do
way!
you feel about
You
that?
killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay,
Really?
fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon,
Yeah.
Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the
Exactly.
shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
I mean, can you blame him? I mean, he got thought that he killed her, so I mean, to be honest, if I thought I killed someone, I probably would have, like, forgot to point details myself.
Oh, Toko!
So I can't blame
Where the
him.
heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
This person doesn't know what to quit. New element. When I play high the triangle is you fire a strike by a second thought. Now you got to pay a little extra attention to finish your blow. That will power true will you do your coup de grace. Consider your not stop bows. Out of the base, same as the L1. Don't have to debate a lot of except the kind, you have a few builds to choose from. In case the player will pretend you said, you'll pretend you said to me regardless, hit this once. Oh, by the way, halfway through the game. Now go, you. But then good luck and have fun. Alright. Alright.
It's a lie! I admit nothing! I hate you! I curse you!
Shut up.
No! That's enough! I admit nothing! I curse you! I curse you! It's a lie!
Ow, take a damage, take a damage.
It's a lie! I admit nothing! I hate you! I curse you!
I can't take any more hits this time because I did it with more without crit.
I admit nothing! I curse you! I curse you! It's a lie! That's enough!
Bugger hand, Britt.
This should prove it.
There we go. You know, you gotta stop denying the truth at times.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
And after you missed it.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Oops.
So after you left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? Oh no. Jack.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault
darn it.
after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just
Send help.
answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all
Odd.
over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. so that's good.
That's good.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
No.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd.
Odd?
Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Alright.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
It's hard to show. Hard to show.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did...
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, he's wrong.
What if she's sitting down on the bench just there like on the shelf?
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally
Oh, hello,
noticed.
Pizza Soul. How are you tonight?
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
I got it!
My thing.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no
can.
way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Nope.
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Oh, so she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I
Nah.
don't think that's possible. I got it!
She was out of the
Even
locker.
before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
True.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the
Bruh.
fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
On top of the yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Shoot.
Shoot!
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's...
Oh, the blood vomiting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hold up.
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Wait. Oh, what's up, the wrong click?
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Damn. I almost shot the wrong bullet. That was embarrassing.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill, what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her.
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
I almost shot the wrong bullet. That would have been embarrassing.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not
Exactly.
to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poison?
Yep.
That's right.
I thought I was
This is the
thinking that.
conclusion I've
Poison.
arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Jill, you shut the
But
fuck
you're
up.
the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
I got it!
Yeah, section A, not section
Poison
C.
was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
Yep.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
You just drank the. You drank the bottle. What the?
Master!
What the fuck, dude?
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you
Wait,
talking about?
so he's not
I'm
poisoned.
talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein
powder. Wait a minute.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Hold up, ring, ding, 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 ding. Alright, hold up. Alright, give me that arm. Where's that freaking T? Alright. Where's that freaking protein drink bottle? That was swapped up in there. Shablamo.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched, so the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was
Clever.
hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
Yep.
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
So that was red.
I
don't
already
think
know
so.
exactly
Nah.
who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two
They
materials
did
was
too,
left
red
in the
air to
chem lab
prick.
for anyone to see.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Huh?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people
look at the
here who
booba
wear
pizza.
sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Take the shoes off.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them.
Dang,
Not
you
a
got
person
cool.
alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
I guess all the game survival and all, but goddamn.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina,
Yep.
if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well... That
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
We were talking about the baby in here, sorry.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that?
To be honest, I'm kind of studying about
Even
locked
ignoring
room.
the fact
Well,
that I
too.
don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too
He's not hyped.
obvious.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go
Sorry, I
ahead,
can't
Hina.
prove you wrong.
Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Why were there any footprints around Section C?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
There's something odd about this. I went through something's odd about this.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Okay.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
A.
And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, what's wrong?
You have this footprints central around Section C?
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
Exactly.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain
Yep.
and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the
You're beyond
footprints aren't
confused.
the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence?
Wait, new evidence?
Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
They just screwed over.
I found this. It had
Piece of
sunk
glass?
to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But,
Oops.
what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Me?
Fine.
Okay.
If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that...
Oops. Not Section C, sorry, Section A. That's my B.
What's strange is... I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not
Nope.
me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
When it comes to that protein can,
Wait a
there's
minute.
not a doubt in my mind.
There's protein
Until
was
the
on top of this
locked
shot
room
of
was
glass.
unlocked, it absolutely was.
So you're saying someone planted it there after...
No. No, it had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
No, that's wrong.
Hold up, buddy.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation.
So much for calling us idiots, Byakuya. Now you know how it feels.
Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's
No.
not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
So basically, she committed
Such a
Sudoku.
ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell
Yep.
us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, We need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh?
Yep.
So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
Yep.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Come on, let's check it. Let's keep it. Why do you... This is like the third time I do these bullet troop outs. God darn.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Ow.
You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Shoot, Yelp House. Frick, I shot the wrong time. I didn't time it right. God damn it. I really timed that.
I refuse to give up yet.
I really shot the wrong one. I think I shot the wrong one. That's my B. Let me try it again.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar!
How stupid that they end up, they automatically fail you if you screw up. That final strike. Kind of dumb.
You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar!
Ow, ow.
I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Wrong one. Of course I fuck up again.
Just let it end already! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
There we go. I have one job.
Did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Yep.
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
So she
And when
did
Sakura
commit
dropped the
Sudoku.
bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
She basically committed Sudoku.
Here's my answer.
She basically committed Sudoku.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
Yeah, she was on a suicide
I don't
mission.
believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Oh, get the brothers.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Yep.
Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
Yep.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room... While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
True.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Basically.
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is over.
Actually,
Just stop.
No. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Oh, I'm so bad at these. God damn it. this here. Here's the knight. Here. Select this on here. That's queen. Is oh wait, hold that back up. Just put this in here. Scroll right back over here.
Here's exactly what happened.
So, here we go.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. And specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toka, she got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Oh, oops. Okay, so I scaled with both those two. That's my bad. Okay, like go and swap those two right back. There we go.
The killer is you!
Alright, there we go.
But one of them she got there once. And she found him. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he... Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
Poison.
It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
What you gotta be kidding me? I fucked up again. Ugh. I have gotta stop making these small fuck-ups.
Here's exactly what happened. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort?
Hina.
Was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? That's
what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You
kinda
still
hard to
haven't
explain.
realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Get screwed. Well, that's probably like the worst performance I ever did on the class trial.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oops.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong? What's it gonna be?
Alright. Never thought that a character could commit Sudoku.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
What did
So
you
that's
say?
the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? The truth had come to light. You have died along with the rest of
What are you
us.
thinking?
Yet you! Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there!
What is this?
Cause that's exactly what I wanted! What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is cause all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let me be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you're gonna take all of us with you? We all atone for our sins because anyone, even me, we all killed her. We have to pay. We all have to pay for our crimes. You serious? That's.
What is
You
this?
don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality made me desperate. So instead of just wanting to be killed, I do it by my own hand. That's... I found on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Think back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. So I got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out to her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No
You
forgiveness!
tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't
my
forgive
closest
this!
friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. But this is why she wanted to find someone to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked me to meet with them. You asked me? You have to meet with those things? You can't! Don't see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina,
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there calling it misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. When I asked a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Say you act like that? That's what a suicide note means. So instead of ways to be killed, I do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina,
Yeah, you came. Wait right there, I'll help you out.
Hina,
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some
I'd
protein.
like... Gotta ask you to... Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the counter to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's why I realized. I saw it taken from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I went to the rescue as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please, open the door!
Why? Why?
Why she had to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
y'all blamed her. I tried to protect her. I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her. All of us. We pushed her to a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
You like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why I tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her from regrets. Maybe Dad got found out. In the end, I wasn't do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt me about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it didn't take us so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think I had any idea what Sakura's actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said, nothing but your interpretation, right? You don't appear as what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
I don't know what she was thinking, because of her and me.
In other words...
Well, what I'm trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it's really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
It's obvious.
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But he already...
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's
This was
true!
Sakura just to Hina and put it in her riddle.
Huh?
What? Then you lied to me? Well, don't say
Unbelievable!
lie. It made it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd line things up a bit. This whole shit is twisted up. This whole mystery is twisted up. I mean, to be fair, I could understand why Hina tried to take out everyone down with them, because he thought like Sakura the press out of all of them. I mean, also to be fair, if Hiro, Toko, besides Jack, hurt her out, then maybe we could like something. Maybe they would have ended a little differently. But even so, like the fact that Hina tried to cover up or kill everyone down with them, along the fact how Hiro, Toko, and even Monokuma is involved in this shit. It feels like a clusterfuck. This whole suicide class trial death trap. It's confusing to me. I don't know why, but I'm just annoyed by it.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. And they had Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. That falsified evidence that affected a kind of class trial. The case played out between you and you alone. You're the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even the will have factored in. It still would have been you guys. So, well, what's the problem? It's all part of the production process, okay? And scene.
Dan?
So, then what's your real suicide note?
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
glad you asked, Feedback. I should read you my middle angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, have you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Okay, the idea to leave a note that you kill yourself in the first place.
But hold
Killing
on!
yourself, fortunate, killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of your story. The truth is lost in the darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Can you get off it, please?
Yes, indeed!
Okay, geez. How about buzzkill? Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night at this strange school that a mastermind came to see me.
See, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
Oh. You know, I see the horse of a dojo, but I failed to watch it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving it to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They're highly worried about it until the first murder happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The man told me to hold off, to wait till he reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Why did anyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive? I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistakes of coming to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. That's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because I decided to reveal her secret. It makes everyone else hate her. Her secret stay true to all of you, like directly to all of you hate her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe ironic, or just moronic. Whatever. Fuck off.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I perfectly would accept that whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. You will end with this being sense to your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
A betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew eventually it will escape to someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I decided to do what the Mastermind commanded. I'll do as what I've told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
And the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, that someone will be me. Then my daughter will be saved. Above all else, none of you have to kill anyone. When I die, the sound of the conflict among you all dies within me. With that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Dang. So Sakura committed Sudoku to protect her family dojo. It's so that she will stop the conflict of everyone, her friends and everything. That's pretty deep. This Sakura didn't feel concerned. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't send her alive because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. Sacrificed so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
It was all her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell any of this because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. There's the path I've chosen. There's the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant. Perhaps leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, or any hero on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
And she did this, and Hina tried to do the exact opposite.
But
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
In the end, all her mail was like totally pointless. She died so you guys would try to kill each other, but you always end up doing it anyway. See, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it would be Kyra's deal, Millie, that neither of you nearly bit the big one. Caesar ought to blame. Anyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
Eh? First of all, you were involved with tricking Hina to a big suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Eh? Because you made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And no one can blame Hina either. Where or not do with the spider never really matter. Because the one thing you need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What do
What
you
the
want?
heck? That's not how it's supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing is a conflict between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy and each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
Really, Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This life or death elimination rush. The only way to survive is to win. There is no doubt there are rules, so rules to the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hino are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it appears that others have cast aside their fear of this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's no point
myself.
participating in the game, which has lost a sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to,
all clear.
and that's to heap the harshest possible punishment unto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, that means... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some Darwin sentimentalism, and that's what you're thinking. Yeah, Master goes Ungo, and the Master has to be a guy that can catch a fire. Everyone. Hey. Well, Naki said Sakura stuff had no meaning. Heh, how boring. But nothing good could come out of this. After this. I'm still going to want having a fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let me hear about good fun on the backstab and get back on track.
You want me to
It's the
punish
money
you
that I'm
guys?
waiting for. Punishment time!
What?
Wait, but Sakura technically killed her, right? And she's dead. You're not going to... Is it me?
Wrong!
Oh, heavens no. This got a black instead. Doesn't matter, I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the best times one of you.
Listen up!
Punishment so much time with him a special punishment. It'll be shameless go to waste. With my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Wait, is that an alter ego? Oh no. That's no good. Oh. Fuck. That's Conveyor Destroyer. Oh, that's just painful. Well then. You!
Oh,
You suck, man! You turned into a mega hunk of junk! Yeah, that would take it out of me. Maybe I go grill and play chicken. After all, they say for post-workout good, chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the sweet clean, grill is where it's at.
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I realize.
but still,
So,
I'm gonna do
yeah.
my best.
Out Eagle's words wasted my heart again. Her soul, and our discipline gave way to raw anger. Anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It boiled through our body, quick overflowing. It shooted out our mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill
What's
him?
the matter?
Your friend's on a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Fun as a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wants the laptop. He was my friend! And you killed him! Is that what you call animism? Where the soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it goes out of my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I
So
thought.
you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was still inside the laptop. I knew you used it to analyze data. I knew exactly how I was going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop, it was, I guess you call it a gift from me to you. Well, maybe more like a reward. I feel to be able to lock something so difficult.
Hey,
So glad they gave you access to that. But Nathan, that was just too personal, so I do a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
So once we got hacked in network, Michael Kuma just said, yeah, fuck it, I'll just destroy that fucking laptop. All Tiga wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help in the wizard's own life. For that, he was killed. Yes, the pilot time made me feel a billion times better.
Very
It's not that meaningless episode so soothing. It may have been even lower, could get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Anyone who died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, don't make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Only Melanie like stupid mad, like this is really upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring it to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yep, there's still a little bit left. Well, let's just start with notes.
Huh?
Have your attention? Okay then, here we go. The hate is but a delicious toast to yours truly. One other thing, Hina. It's not like you tell the others. Hopefully I'll like a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I spoke with the mastermind off and on the whole time I'm in here. It's to learn one thing, which is the mastermind does something to us. I think what they've done is Daisy, that was a close one. Another word, even does water territory. I can't all move to the party, so let's hope to miss for today. What you gonna start the most important bit? It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't freaking know, huh?
You
That's the
guys?
whole point, stupid! It's to get back on all you for hiring your resolve. Fine, but at least it's stuck with notes. Like I forget hey, greasy boss have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this? What is it now?
What?
There's one last line to note. And let us say this to Mastermind. I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight you, bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Wow, what's stubborn losing, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some damn muscle had to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You have to try to get some rest, you know. It may take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really get free when they graduate to the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his prior words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's found a message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of school. The mastermind did something to us? Hyuka said something like that before, didn't she? It was after the trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to our body?
Ooh.
Hey,
Our bodies? What did you say the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb or something? Maybe try to leave the school and section goes wrong, and the bomb explodes? You see stuff like that move in the comics and stuff. It was not totally unheard of. No, I feel this awful thinking about it. I can't afford to not talk like that.
Yo!
So the class hour is over, Malcolm was gone.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
Well, still to head back up. Okay, yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But he is just still responsible. Not back at the ego, big girl. The kind of mystery soul like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko Makoto always have figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. you just can't refuse, you just refuse to take the L, huh? Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How do you make that the last one? I have reached the point where I need someone to apologize to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
It's stuff like this, so who just trying to change me a bastard. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go with a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I call you sleazeball because you are. Sleazeball. Apparently it's just a death wish. Oh, more by sarcasm? No way you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, that bad master, you're making me jealous. I want that abuse game to take me. I guess it's not so easy for anyone to have like friends. What is how it is for now? And so Saku's trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Host Peak Academy. We still wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on, we all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck upon us.
As such, soon the doors to the
Yeah, blah blah blah
then.
blah. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down to sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. Voice. I could hear a voice. Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice chatted from a deep slumber to a hazy half-conscious. My eyes were like lead.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
Hey, Flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door! You're a lot. You are unbelievably Kyoko in the morning, of course. How was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Can I save? Because, fine, I'll keep going. Frick. It's so late, what happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
When Sakura said and her note, and I go to lay down and die, I will fight you. I want to find what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Nikyo put her lips to her ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without a little word, she was gone. What the? I was being raised by a half-day's head. Data center? I thought it was locked. Okay, maybe we have to have school hours and heading straight to the floor. Eventually I found out the data center when I arrived. Kyoko's not here. That's weird, she said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I went here at the door, a certain amount of force. It didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? Did they send the 4th floor?
What's this?
Oh hell, what are you doing up, mister? Good.
Garrett!
Make it into locked with a kind of a head, don't you know? Well, you're not telling me that I haven't busted in yet, right?
Hey!
I can see that you don't. Don't worry about trying to tell me I can see myself. It might get my break at any second, so I thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Why are you trying to tell me you're a sleepwalker or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, cry out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko?
Now you too? You guys?
Whatever, you tell you to get back to bed. I'm just positively exhausted with the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Coco, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Did you hear it? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go on. Get out of here. Shoot. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Oh, hold on. Listen, what's the hell about this now? She woke me up, maybe let's say something, which just so had to be locked. And she sold up late and really ought to take a single thing. What's the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured I'd be in our couch today just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. I turned to leave.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? She was right next to me once again, whispered that ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
The
The one
16th
they
student?
call the ultimate despair. Watch out for
her. Mukuro Ikusaba, the ultimate despair. 16th So I guess we're digging up more info in chapter 5. Only 6 people left, but there might be a possible 7th. Anyway, oh, thanks for the present, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. It's pretty late, and I need to get some
Mukuro
sleep.
Ikusaba.
So I'm going to head off. Anyone else have a good night.